There once was an adventurous little field mouse who lived in a big farmhouse with a very kind family. He would often sneak into their kitchen to steal some cheese and milk and even bits of their food when they were unlooking. The mouse didn't mean any harm. It just wanted a bit of their delicious food. The farmer and his wife were aware that they had a little house guest, but they never saw the mouse or caught it in the act. The mouse was very clever and always managed to stay hidden from them. However, one day the mouse got greedy and stole too much cheese, getting caught in the process. When the farmer and his wife found the mouse, they felt sad because it was such a tiny little creature and didn't mean any harm. So instead of killing it, the farmer's wife came up with a different idea. She picked up the mouse and put it outside the window with the words "Do Not Steal" written on its back. Every time the mouse tried to go inside again, the farmer would simply come over and turn it around so it could see the message on its back. Every time the mouse went back out, it would shake its head as if to say, "I won't do it anymore." But as the days passed, the mouse started feeling homesick. It missed the warmth of the house and the taste of the food. And most of all, it missed the farmer's wife and the kindness she showed it. One night it started raining heavily and the mouse couldn't find anywhere to hide. It remembered the farmhouse and how welcoming it was. So it made its way to the window and tried to look inside. As soon as the farmer's wife saw it, she opened the window and let the mouse in. She took it off to the side and said, "You're not supposed to be here. You might get wet and catch a cold." The mouse nodded its head slowly. The wife sighed and asked, "Are you going to try to steal again?" The mouse shook its head quickly, almost knocking itself over. "Okay then," the wife said. "Let's get you dried off. You can sleep by the oven and we'll take care of you for tonight." The mouse looked at her with gratitude and rubbed against her hand. That night the mouse stayed by the oven and slept, and it wasn't a bad life at all. But the next morning, the mouse knew it couldn't stay there. It went to the window and started making its way outside. The wife noticed it and called out, "Hey, where are you going? You can't stay out there." The mouse stopped and turned around, looking at her sadly. "But I don't want to steal anymore," it squeaked. The wife felt bad for yelling at it and invited it in for breakfast. Then she told it that it could live in the farmhouse, but only if it helped out around the house. The mouse agreed without hesitation and became a part of the family. It helped out by cleaning up food scraps and keeping the pantry organized. In return, the family made sure it always had enough food to eat and a warm place to sleep. One day, however, while the mouse was getting some breadcrumbs out of the pantry, it heard two men talking about robbing the farm. The mouse froze in fear. It knew it had to warn the farmer and his wife. So it raced to the bedroom where the couple was sleeping and began biting them on the face and arms. The farmer and his wife woke up in a panic, and the mouse squeaked frantically, trying to tell them what it had heard. At first, they thought it was having a nightmare. and just wanted to comfort it. But the mouse wouldn't stop squeaking and scratching them. Eventually, the farmer and his wife realized what the mouse was trying to tell them. They thanked the mouse for saving them, and the four of them worked together to outsmart the robbers. The robbers never did end up stealing anything from the farmhouse, and the mouse continued to live there happily ever after. Many years passed, and the little mouse grew old. It spent its days napping, eating cheese, and watching the family work on the farm. It was happy knowing it had made the right decision all those years ago, when it chose to help the farmer and his wife instead of stealing from them. One evening, as the sun was setting, the mouse felt weaker than usual. It knew it didn't have much time left. It went to the farmer and his wife and snuggled up to them, purring softly. The farmer and his wife were deeply saddened to hear that their little friend was dying. They had grown to love him over the years and couldn't imagine their lives without him. In its final moments, the mouse looked up at them and squeaked, "Thank you for everything. I will always remember you." With that, the mouse closed its eyes for the last time. The farmer and his wife were heartbroken, but they knew that the mouse had lived a happy and fulfilling life. They buried the mouse under the old oak tree and placed a small stone at its grave. Every day, the farmer and his wife would visit the grave and reminisce about all the good times they had shared with their little friend. They missed his playful antics and his constant presence in their home. But they knew that he was in a better place now, free from pain and suffering. As the years went by, the grave became overgrown with grass and weeds, and the stone was covered in moss. But the memory of the little mouse who had brought them so much joy and happiness remained fresh in their minds. They often wondered what he would have looked like as an adult, and what kind of adventures he would have gone on if he had lived longer. One day, while they were tending to the garden, the farmer and his wife came across a hole in the ground near the oak tree. They looked at each other and instantly knew that it was the hole the mouse had made all those years ago. It had been so small that they had never noticed it before. As they stood there, reminiscing about the past, the farmer's wife reached down and picked up a small acorn that had fallen from the tree. She held it in her hand, feeling its smooth, rounded shape. "Do you think he would have liked this?" she asked the farmer. He put his arm around her shoulder and said he would have loved it, just like he loved everything else we gave him. As the sun began to set, the farmer and his wife walked away from the tree, hand in hand. They had so many memories to cherish, thanks to the little mouse who had once been a part of their family. And although they were sad that he had died, they were also grateful for the time they had spent together. They knew that their paths had crossed for a reason, and that the little mouse had brought them more happiness than he could have ever imagined. As darkness fell and the stars twinkled above them, the farmer and his wife continued to reminisce about their beloved friend. They talked about his funny quirks and all the ways he had touched their lives. And as they shared these stories, they couldn't help but smile. The little mouse may have been gone, but the love and laughter he had brought into their lives would never be forgotten. Have you enjoyed this emotional animal adventure? Do you want to hear more heart-touching stories? If yes, please let us know in the comments section below. We will make more amazing stories for you. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Take care and goodbye.